Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Chris. Vanilla is one of my favorite notes, but I didn't wear it that much in the summer. I don't like anything too gourmandy when the weather is hot. The only vanillas I wear are kind of like floral vanillas, but all of a sudden it's in the 50s here where I live. Time to start thinking of my fall vanillas, and I have loads of vanilla perfumes. But I narrowed it down to my top 10 with one alternative. 10 vanilla perfumes that I guarantee I will be reaching for and wearing as we move into the fall/colder weather. Before I get started, as usual, let us all know down below some of your favorite vanilla perfumes to reach for as we move into the fall season. And with that, I'm gonna get started. Okay, the first one I'm grabbing is a Floral Gourmand or a Flormand. One of my favorite Flormands by 100 Silent Ways. This is almost exclusively a colder weather scent for me. One doesn't typically think of flowers in the colder weather, but this one is one that has a lot of flowers, but it's perfect for the colder weather because there's a beautiful vanilla in here and some sweet fruit. So this is, white flowers, gardenia, jasmine, probably orange blossom, some peach, a little bit of a peach sweetness, vanilla, and a creamy sandalwood base. I'm never gonna get sick of this. This used to be viral and now nobody talks about it. I still love and adore it. Very, very long lasting perfume for sure. So if that's important to you, that ticks that box. All right, another niche indie house that is beautifully done. They have beautifully done fragrances. They hire very famous noses to create their perfumes, and yet they're still accessible from a price point, which is surprising to me. Like this huge 100 ml bottle, I think it cost me around $70, $75 when I bought it. Now, granted, that was about 5 years ago, so it might be a little bit more, maybe in the $85 range. This line is Essential Parfums, and this is Divine Vanille. If you like something like Herod, they were done by the same nose, Olivier Pichot. So this is a very, very similar fragrance to Herod. I used to have both and I got rid of Herod because they were just too similar and there's too much overlap. They're almost identical fragrances. So this is a spicy, cinnamony, tobacco-y vanilla that has a little bit of that background, baked apple pie thing or, darker fruit thing. Has that hookah vibe thing going on, and it's just really, really lovely. This is a lighter wearing, and it's a perfume it's a vanillic scented perfume that never gets too heavy and too dense, and, so it wears lightly. Many of you might not like it because it wears lightly, but I think it's very, very easy to wear. So it transitions well into the colder months and can be worn on some of the warmer fall days and some of the colder fall days. This next one is such a unique, gorgeous vanilla in my perfume, Vanille de Afriques. And this is a vanilla that is not foodie at all, and it's very unique. I actually think this is a very, very unisex vanilla. This is so attractive. If you had, I think it was called Vanille de Iris, this is a reimagined version of that fragrance, and I really, really wanted to buy it, and by the time I got around to purchase it or wanting to purchase it, it was gone because it's discontinued. But this is a Ormonde Jayne take on a vanilla. I don't think they'll ever create a foodie vanilla, and that's great. I think this is a very, very elegant vanilla. So it's dry, it's balmy. Her fragrances, or the fragrances in Ormonde Jayne line, have a lot of spices, particularly coriander. And this one is earthy and dry. There's vetiver in here. I personally get a lot of vetiver. So I think it's a very, very good unisex fragrance. This one is definitely a fragrance that could have been worn in the summertime because this fragrance radiates warmth to me. For whatever reason, I did not pull for it, but I will be pulling for this when it starts to get colder because it is such a warm perfume. It will kind of give you that warmth on those colder days. Very, very elegant. And again, if you're one of those people that are afraid of vanilla because you don't like anything that smells foody and you like earthy take on a vanilla fragrance, this is beautiful and very elegant. Okay, one of my favorite perfumes of all time and one of my favorite combination of notes is vanilla and incense. I don't wear that in the warmer months. That's just not a fragrance category that I want to reach for when it's hot, even though it's one of my favorite scent profiles. So you're not going to be seeing Baby Cat in here. The only perfume that is close to that category is this gorgeous fragrance by Day 3. There are so many perfumes in this line that I adore, but I think Aylan is probably my very favorite. It is one of the prettiest vanilla scents I've ever smelled. This is a leathery vanilla, and Baby Cat has suede. This is a very, very smooth leathery vanilla that smells a little bit like Baby Cat, but it doesn't have all those spices. The vanilla's not as sweet. This one has oud. I get none of that typical oud. It's not barnyardy. It's not skanky. I just get really a really smooth wood, and this has a delicate light touch of rose. So that's what kind of separates, that's what mainly separates it from Baby Cat. It's not as sweet, it's not as spicy, and it has a delicate, rose note. Absolutely stunning, and I just love everything about this house, and they carry samples, but one of the best vanillas in my collection. Another fragrance that is like a floral vanilla, or it features or contains the note of orange blossom, which to me is like a straight up summer note. There are some fragrances in my collection that contain orange blossom or even feature orange blossom that are definitely for the colder months. This next one is one of them. It is a tonka vanilla perfume with orange blossom. This is Sartorial Nuit by Navitus. This is such an underrated perfume, a beautiful unisex perfume. When I think of a spa, I never think of a vanilla, but if there was a spa scent that contained vanilla, this would be it, because it's aromatic. There is vanilla, there's sandalwood, this one has lavender and sage, so you've got those spa-like notes in here without it being too spa-like. There is a beautiful non-foodie vanilla in here and tonka that kind of smooths everything out. Very subtle background floral note. I want to say it's orange blossom, but it's not a star player. Very much plays a supporting role to the tonka, to the lavender, to the sage, to the vanilla. This is just so nice, and something that I find very, very has an addictive quality to it. Wears more on the lighter side, but it's an understated, elegant, aromatic tonka vanilla perfume. Timeless vanillas that I love. Mon Guerlain, a masterpiece designer vanilla. Vanilla, patchouli, lavender. This is the Eau de Parfum Intense. My preferred take on this DNA. It has less lavender and it has more vanilla. This is a compliment magnet for me. I don't wear it a ton in the hotter months because it wears a little bit more, with that patchouli and the lavender and the vanilla. It just wears, in my opinion, a little bit better on the months that aren't super, super hot. And if I didn't mention it already, my goodness gracious, an utter compliment beast in my collection. One of my very favorite Flormonds. Not quite, okay, this isn't really a gourmand fragrance, but it's a floral vanilla. One of my favorite designer perfumes of all time. My heart is broken that this is discontinued. It is a Dominique Ropillon creation. He created Baby Cat in addition to so many other beautiful fragrances. This is L'Interdit Eau de Parfum Intense. This does have that tuberose backbone. That is the backbone of this line. But the tuberose, that bubblegummy tuberose is toned down. This has a beautiful warm note of sesame. I love the note of sesame. It has vanilla. It's woody and it's a little bit peppery, particularly in the opening. You get a lot in the, that is so addictive. One of the other very few perfumes I have a backup bottle. I'm considering getting another backup. It's still available. You can get it for a steal on places like Joma Shop, which I bought mine. They did come out with a new version. It is not the same. It's called L'Interdit Ultime, and it's also in a black bottle that looks very similar to this. It's not the same at all. It still smells good, but this one is just by far my favorite. I love the sesame. I love the vanilla. I just love the warm creaminess. That one has tobacco, and it has a little bit of a booziness, and doesn't have, I don't know if it has any vanilla at all, but if it does, the vanilla is toned down. So I do have that bottle. I haven't reached for it once, maybe once since I bought it. This is so pretty. So if you've tried this and are on the fence about buying it, you should scoop it up when it's really affordable and while we can still get it. I didn't even realize this is like Dominic Ropion Central. He's one of my favorite perfumers. He's created some of my favorite perfumes. Of course, Baby Cat is one of them. And Le Interdit Givenchy is another one. He made this one as also, or he is the nose behind Infinite Sky by Estee Lauder. This line, I want to say, so many are very well done, but I don't think they sold well. And they are being phased out and discontinued. Infinite Sky is definitely one of my favorite, if not my very favorite from that collection. It's a beautiful, very warm, spicy, woody vanilla. The spices in here, this is pepper. And it's not black pepper. It's not your typical black pepper. It's not your typical pink pepper. This is like that Sichuan pepper. So I have several fragrances that do have that Sichuan note, and I really like it. So it's spicy, a little bit zingy and peppery, but not sometimes black pepper, even though that to me, black pepper is the sexiest note in a man's fragrance. I love it. It can be a lot for some people, and it can absolutely overtake a fragrance. So I do think that the Szechuan pepper is a little bit lighter. This has a beautiful warmth to it. So sandalwood, cedar, I think are the woods in here. And it does dry down more woody. And let me tell you, and the vanilla in here is non-foody. If you don't like to smell like a cupcake, this is a gorgeous take on a vanilla perfume. And the performance on this is insane. It's gonna last all day, particularly if you spray on your clothes or sweater. Whenever I think of fall, I think of apples and a beautiful apple-y vanilla perfume that I have loved for years. This used to be viral and then nobody talks about it. I still love it. La Danza de la Libellule, Libellule. You know what I mean. I think it's called The Dance or The Flight of the Dragonfly. It's a beautiful apple vanilla, and there we do apple picking here. I'd always try to sign up, I'm a working mom, so I'd always try to sign up on the little excursions where you get field trips with the kids when we would go do apple picking, because it's so fun and it's cute to see little kids running around picking apples. So I always think of fall, even though I do wear this in the spring. Beautiful red apple with vanilla, and I get like a whipped cream, and that whipped cream has a little bit of a coconut. Coconut is not, I don't think is a note listed, but I get like a coconutty whipped cream with a warm, woody dry down. This almost smells like a fresh, apple pie or sliced apples with cinnamon and whipped cream. I just love this. It's a very lighter wearing fragrance, so it's not going to overpower anybody when you wear it, and it's not sickly sweet. Then for those of you with an unlimited budget for really good perfumes, the brand Perfume had sent me a discovery set last year, and I went through it. When I got to this perfume, I was like, holy cow. When I've tried so many and I have so many perfumes, it's rare for a perfume to kind of really make an impact on me, and this one did. And they're very expensive, but they are extraits de parfums, and this one is called La La Love. I've spoken about it before. This is a gorgeous, boozy, leathery vanilla. Oh my gosh. This is, I want to say it's cognac, vanilla, some spices. This has nutmeg, and this has saffron. I don't think it contains the accord leather. It doesn't list leather, but this has saffron, and saffron can smell like a lot of things. But in here, the saffron smells like a beautiful suede jacket, and the vanilla is sweet, and it is gourmand leaning for sure. So I've said it before, this is like a beautiful, supple, luxury suede leather jacket came together with a naughty, boozy cream puff. You combine them and you came up with this fragrance. It's very expensive, but again, it's an extrait de parfum, and you do not need that many sprays. This has terrific lasting power, and it is just yum, and I can't wait to wear it when the weather gets colder, so that was it. Wait, no. I have my runners up. I have my number 11, my alternative or my alternate. This is, what is this? This is Chamomile Satin. Why was I having a moment? Chamomile Satin, a beautiful, it's a dense vanilla, and the vanilla in here, I wonder who the perfumer is. I wouldn't be surprised if they work for Guerlain, because this is a very Guerlain-esque vanilla. It's sweet and bordering on being gourmand without smelling like a cupcake. And this has chamomile and lavender, and I get a little bit of a honeyedness, like you made a chamomile lavender tea and you steeped it forever. Didn't get bitter, but it just got really dense, and you put a lot of honey in it, and then you just added this beautiful Guerlain vanilla to this concoction, and you're going to come up with this beautiful, albeit very expensive fragrance that to me is really for the colder months. So that was it. My vanilla picks for the fall weather, for the colder weather. If you haven't done it already, let us all know down below what some of your picks are. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.